Here we go. Oh, hello and welcome to IQ session number 80.
Well, that's
87.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm the scarecrow. I don't have a brain.
You don't. It's just all ticking boxes.
Tonight is all about a 7-day challenge. Ooh, what do you mean by that? We generally do 8-week challenges, but tonight we're talking about a 7-day challenge and how you can use this to kickstart your year. We actually implement these throughout the year, especially when we're just a little bit out of sync or a little bit out of sorts. Like we just need a good kick up the ass and a 4 step in the right direction. A
general alert, some might say, for us is you're sitting on the couch and someone opens a bag of chips and you perk your eyes up and your ears up to say, what is that? That's usually implying that noise is dictating when you eat that item.
That is me.
That is chippies, cheese, anything with a wrapper, cookies. I'll get this one's attention. It's like a whistle. But what we do is we just use it to bring it to our attention that, how come that's triggering our attention? Why all of a sudden do we want to eat it when perfectly fine just before? So then we bring in these 7-day challenges to kind of refocus us and to kind of get us back on track, because it's so easy, especially through like a holiday period, like the Christmas time, for you to be into like social season and maybe drinking too much, eating too much of the sometimes foods and all those kind of things. So this is a really good way to sharpen up those tools in the tool belt and get us back onto track, on track to our goals and what we want to achieve, especially at the start of the new year. What a great way for us to bring this one in so that we can learn or, just put some more tools in our tool belt to equip us to make sure that we're on track, on target, and heading forward. Perfect. Cool. Yep.
All right. So a 7-day challenge. What is it, Matt?
Well, it is a super small task that you're going to aim to do daily for 7 days. That's it in its most simplistic form. Example?
Well, I was just going to say, first of all, is that a challenge, like, for example, our 8-week challenges, there's usually a result focus for the end of the 8-week challenge. So, in 8 weeks, I want to lose 5 kilos or whatever it may be. This challenge is a task-related focus. So if one of your goals is to lose weight, then you'll have to find a task related to that end goal that will get you there. For example, fitness, a byproduct of fitness is weight loss. So your task would be something around fitness, whether it be to make sure you exercise for 4 or 30 minutes a day or whatever it might be. So back in 2020, that sounds like quite a while ago now, we first implemented this into our life, and I did some research going back through our notes, and I know that we got over day 91. And we did this with running 5 kilometers a day. I didn't do 91 days of running 5 kilometers a day. I did it of no chocolate, no lollies, and things like that. So we quite often don't promote and don't encourage you to cut out the foods that you love. We just say eat less of them and keep them into a sometimes food. That's why this 7-day challenge is a great tool to get you back onto track. So
it's a discipline challenge. That's the purpose of it. It's not to run 5Ks a day to be fitter at the end of it. It's the discipline of doing the activity daily. So the example is, like Sheridan said before, is I could do, maybe my water intake is very low, but is the byproduct of water going to help me get closer to my goal? Of course, I'll be hydrated more, my brain will function better, I will be less dehydrated, less likely to cramp. So it benefits me by making sure I hit my target for water on a daily account. And my first goal is for 7 days.
Yes. So this one is a task-related challenge. So you need to find the task or tasks that you want to implement every day for 7 days. Now, it has to be a simple yes or no. Did you complete or did you not? Now, here's the challenge. If you did not complete the task that you set in your challenge, you have to go back to 0 and start again. It has to be 7 days of consecutive yeses, consecutive wins.
And they have to be small goals. They cannot be, I would say, running 5Ks a day, too big. So much room for error in that to go through. And this isn't about derailing you. It's about choosing something you can do every day that's a small micro portion of your bigger goals for the year. So just by chipping away, like I said, like water, it might be just having a piece of fruit every day because you're not having any fruit and you need to add those macronutrients and stuff into your body.
Yeah. So really have a look at some of the areas that you just need a bit of a shake up in. And it could be go without chocolate for 7 days. If you've just been on a chocolate binge and you need to rein it back in, this is a good way to kind of break those habits. So then when you reintroduce them, you can reintroduce them in the way that you want to in a more healthier fashion.
Yeah. So just on the chocolate one too, you could also do the alternative. Say you've been having a block a day, you could have a bar a day. That's already a better decision. You still get your chocolate and you're stacking those consecutively instead of having a block a day, block a day, block a day. You could actually just go bar, 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 and you still get the fix of chocolate.
Now, why is it only a 7-day challenge? First reason, because it's so small, it's achievable. Sometimes we try and make things too big. This time of year, it's New Year's resolution time, it's big goals, and people set goals like, I want to exercise every day this year. Well, the challenge with that one, great goal, of course, please go ahead and do that. But the challenge of that goal is that you have to wait 365 days before you can celebrate to say I ticked off that goal. That's a long time between now and the gratification and the celebration time.
And
if you miss one day,
back to zero.
You can't tick it off.
So silly.
So what we're doing here is let's chunk it down, not chunk it up. Let's chunk it down and give you more reasons and more abilities to win. Because we like winning. Our brains like winning because that leads us into our next point, which is all about our brains chase pleasure or avoid pain. That was a segment for you. That was like, handball, like, come on, pick up on there.
I need you to carry on because I forgot what we're up to.
You've got the notes there.
No, go, carry on, and I'll run in after in a second.
So when it comes to the celebration,
I'm back.
Do you want to step in now?
Yeah, okay, cool.
Welcome back, Matt.
I'm back in the room. I had a complete mind. I had your scarecrow brain. I don't have brain. Anyway.
What a loving husband. Oh.
So what's going to happen is to achieve the 7 days, when you get to the 7 days, you have to celebrate by rewarding yourself with a tangible item. So not just a high five, not going out and eating a meal, but something physical that you can celebrate with for completing the 7 days. And that could be, I don't know, what's some examples?
There's plenty of examples. You could buy yourself a new pair of bathers. You could something like, I don't know, send yourself to the movies or something like that. However, I'm just going to interject here because I think you slightly missed the point.
And you do that better than anyone I know, Sheridan.
We want to celebrate often. So we want to celebrate every day by ticking it off. So get good at the celebration because a lot of us are poor celebrators. Like we did a goal, it's like, oh yeah, I did that. Now I want you to get good at celebrating because when we get good at celebrating, we want to do it more because it feels good because our brains chase pleasure to avoid pain. Now, getting good at celebrating means that we get addicted to that rush and that high and that excitement of celebrating. So then we want to do it more. So then we keep going on hitting these 7-day challenges and hitting our goals. So each day, there's a request for my celebration dance. Just you're a little bit premature there, but it's coming. Don't you worry. But get good at celebrating every day, and it might be as simple as getting silly and really like dancing like crazy or like getting people involved and doing heaps of high fives, but make a big deal of it. Make a big deal of celebrating and winning because we need to get better at that because most of us are shit at it.
Very true.
Then leading into once you finish your 7 days, here's a really great way if you need some extra push and some extra accountability for you to really achieve these goals. And this is what we call the carrot and the stick accountability.
It's a beauty.
Now, some of you may need an accountability buddy for this because maybe you may flex on these. So letting people know is always a good idea. But the carrot and the stick mentality method was introduced to quite a few of us in 2017. Let me take you back and tell you a story.
Flashback.
This is actually leading up. This is before we got married, and we had a goal setting up with Dr. Ben.
Those were the days.
And he introduced us to the method of the carrot and the stick goal setting. And so what it is that you set a goal. Then what you do is you go and purchase your reward for achieving that goal. Now you have to go and physically purchase it, put money into it, whatever it might be. So for me, my goal was, my reward was a $500 shopping spree at David Jones that I could buy some nice stuff to wear on my honeymoon because we were getting ready for our wedding. So I had to go and physically purchase that. Then I also had to come up with the stick. The stick. So that was the carrot. That's if I achieve this, I get this awesome thing. Now, here's where the stick comes into it. If
this is a beauty.
Don't achieve your goal, because you've already purchased this gift, this reward, you have to decide who this goes to because you don't get it if you don't achieve your goal. So for me, I had decided on someone that is not
aligned with your values,
aligned with my values, that I would give this $500 gift to if I did not achieve my goal in the time frame that I had allocated to it. So there's a little bit of pain there because this person, having not been aligned with my values, I definitely didn't want to spoil them with $500 to spend at David Jones.
Just on this one too, there was actually two parts to it. So the first part is you buy the gift, which is what Sheridan purchased, which is the $500 voucher at David Jones. The second part was for not achieving the gift before you give this one away, is you actually had to purchase a consequential gift. And for Sheridan, she had to purchase a 1-year-long membership at Core Health Club in Frankston to support them.
Hang on, with personal training.
With personal training. So that was her consequence, right? That's a carrot and a stick. The extra stick was, they're really like, this is coming up your backside, was you have to give away the voucher. You don't get that. So what happened was it was two-pronged stick. It was enough of a motivator to not want to fail because it meant that she had to buy a gym membership that she would never use. It's going to a competitor of ours, not that they're aligned with us at any which way, but it was completely detrimental to the vision and purpose where we're going. Plus, she had to give away the voucher to someone that she didn't ethically agree with their viewpoint on the world. So there was this two-pronged thing, which was going to cost well over $1,000 for the consequences of not achieving this gift. Now, little Missy competitive here was perfectly fine. She achieved the gift with all discipline.
The goal, yeah. Ash has just written, I didn't know that's why you gave me the David Jones voucher. That is not true. But this is a really great way. If you get to a challenge and you find reasons not to follow through on what you said you're going to do. If you need that little bit of extra push, this is a great method to help you stick to these goals. It's called the carrot and the stick, because some of us are more motivated by the carrot and some of us are more motivated by the stick. This way you got both, just in case you realize halfway through that you got yourself wrong.
And the only difference is that the stick in this case is a freaking bat. Like it's not like a little, here's a branch. It's like, no, here's a baseball bat.
But to some people, giving away money, there's no value to that. So some people, you need to work out what works for you. That for me was a big kick in the guts because I didn't want to part with that kind of money. But some people that wouldn't bother them whatsoever.
No. But giving something to someone else that they don't necessarily like or agree with, that hurts.
And I would have had to hand deliver it to this person too. So that would have probably
I would have made her do that. There was no way she's getting out of it.
So this is why having an accountability buddy in this form is a really good idea, because you get to the end of the challenge, let's say you don't follow through on what you said you were going to do and you don't achieve it, and it comes to the crunch and you've got to go and hand deliver this voucher to them. I'm probably going to chicken out, right? I'm probably going to go, it's okay, I'll spend it later. I won't tell anybody. This is why you got to tell someone like this guy, because he'll pick you up, drive you there, walk you to the front door.
And video it. What you doing?
He would too.
Why are you going here for?
Totally would. So this is a great way to make sure that you commit to those goals. Now, of course, this is totally optional, and we're not saying that you have to do it. You don't even have to do any of this. Let's be honest. You're an adult. You can do what you want. But we're just giving you some great tools for you to approach this year to make sure that you are on track, solidly to achieving all those goals that you've written for 2022.
So the key is to start with a small goal. You set yourself up to win. The idea is that you don't get to the end of 7 days and you have given away all the stuff and you have to use a stick. You've actually done the 7 days. So the goal has to be achievable, really, really, really achievable. And you can do it daily. And there's no reason that anything would get in the way. But it's all encompassing to you achieving your goal of a bigger one, be it weight loss, be it fitness, be it whatever it is. It's your way of being able to chip away in a micro level, but it all pays dividends at the other end. It's kind of like when you have the apple over the lollies, if they're the exact same amount of carbohydrates, the difference with the apple is it comes with all these benefits like the phytochemicals, the minerals, the antioxidants, and all that sort of stuff there. Well, we're using this here as an antioxidant. It's a benefit to the bigger cause.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how you got to look at it from that point of view.
And we want to set ourselves up for success. We want to start small. Like Matt said, if you set yourself the task of running 5Ks a day, 5Ks is quite decent. And there's an opportunity for you to not win.
You could hurt your leg.
Exactly. So changing it to something a little bit smaller, like doing 4 minutes of exercise every day, means that you are setting yourself up for success, because if you hurt your leg, there's other options for that too. But both get you to that end result.
Although it would be really cool to see you handstanding the 5Ks.
But then the problem is if you said you run, you'd have to run on your hands. Okay, no, that could work. The point of this, the point we're trying to get across here is small wins, because when we win small consistently, they add up to big
massively
wins.
at the other end. Cool, easy. Then the next step of that one is, obviously we said just before, you have to celebrate the wins. And here's a little dance for you. This is Sheridan's celebration dance. She actually does something a bit different to that when people aren't watching. That is not what you do. You do the bump and grind thing with the hey, sisters doing it for themselves. I'm singly doing it on the dance floor. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe that's what I'm wanting you to do. I don't know.
No, this is a G.
Oh yeah, sorry. Right. So the catch is, anyway.
Block your ears, Emily.
Small goal. Choose a small achievable goal that you can do for 7 days. That's the first goal. Then you're going to celebrate each day that you do it by ticking it off. Remember, it's only a yes, no, I did. It's not, oh, I couldn't do it because. No, that's a no. It's as simple as that. I did it, I didn't. That's how easy it needs to be, and you compound that. At the end of 7 days, you celebrate with either something tangible, like the carrot and stick method that Sheridan was using before. She did a very extreme one, but it was a longer goal.
I had a 12-week goal.
Yeah. So this is only 7 days. Now, at the end of 7 days, once you achieve that goal, you're going to be faced with a decision for yourself. Now, we call this a winning streak, right? So you've just done 7 days of winning. Yep. I've won every day for 7 days. You have a choice in this moment to kick on for another 7 days to take it to 14-day winning streak, right? So you're putting the pressure on yourself, but again, it's the same achievable goal. We haven't said to make it harder. It's just the same goal compounded for another 7 days. And all you're doing is extending that goal 1 more week. But if you break it into chunk sizes or break it down into really manageable bits, it's only 7 days.
Yeah.
If you've done it once, you can do it twice. So you're not going for 14 days. Here's the other alternative here. You can have a break, because you've reached your goal, kind of like we do with our challenges. We go for 8 weeks and then we'll taper back for 4 weeks. The reason we do that is to take away the pressure of ourselves and all this sort of stuff here. So what you could do in theory is you could have the 7 days break, and then you may come back to do the 14 days another time, like say in a month's time or something like that. If you did that for the 14 days, what would happen is you'd have to start back at 0 and then go for 14 days straight. Okay, so what we like to do is we like to go 7, celebrate you got to 7, and do another 7 to run on to make it 14 days straight. Then you've got a 14-day winning streak where you haven't stuffed up, you haven't fallen short. And that's so empowering on you that it allows you to kick on and then do extra things. And there's another one at the end of 14 days, which goes for another 7 to make it 21. And the goal is ideally to make 28 days.
But you can keep stringing these together, because the idea is let's keep it small, but compound them to win big. So we ended up doing this for I think we got to over 150 days. I did chocolate free in 2020. I have definitely made up for it since then. Maybe I should do this one again.
So that's the challenge of restricting something. Yeah. That's why I would not recommend you restrict all the out. If I would just say, how much am I having? I clearly like eating it. I'm going to reduce it and only eat this much for those days. That would be more beneficial than how Sheridan stripped it, because she went back to it and allowed herself to overindulge maybe for a period of time.
Like I'm getting in trouble.
No, I'm just setting people up to win.
The past tense is getting in trouble.
No, it's just so that you set yourself up to win on the other side of it when you stop the streak. So you don't go back to a balloon habit, which is why it's so good to add something in rather than take something out.
But the reason, I just want to clarify the reason why I did fully take it out is because I felt like I needed like the defibrillator. I needed to have an abrupt change in my patterns, in my habits. And that for me was to fully pull it out so that I didn't let it creep in and creep up again. It was just a straight, no, I've had too much today. It was, no, I'm not having it at all today. So it wasn't even a question. So for me, that's the way that I approach that, just to have a real abrupt change of pattern, change of focus, and a reset.
Yep.
Yeah. Take you back to zero.
Exactly. And I joined you on that same journey. That's actually how it started, because I was eating a lot of sugars and we cut the sugar out for ages. And that's how that all
Can you now tell past Matt off?
No, he's already been reprimanded and he is a legend now and he does what he wants to do.
Can I just say, this lighting in here is making you look very red. He's not that red.
I will pretend I am tanning under this light.
But this is a 7-day challenge, and we would love to encourage you to take this up and really have us think about the tasks that you need to implement into your daily life to make sure that you're on track for your goals. And maybe it is as simple as making sure you drink a liter of water. You know, and health experts say, oh, it's 8 glasses, 2 liters, whatever it might be. But we're saying start small, because you can always overachieve it. Just like the whole, don't aim for 5Ks of running a day, aim for 4 minutes of exercise, because you can always go and do 30 minutes of exercise. There's no ceiling on this. It's just the minimum is required.
Exactly.
So maybe it's drinking more water. Maybe it's having a piece of fruit each day. Maybe week 2 you add in a new one to add on. But remember, start small. Don't overcomplicate it, and don't try and add in 10 tasks that you've got to do each day. One of our beautiful friends is currently doing 75 days hard. If you've heard of this one, this is
that's next level.
It's literally 75 days of hard, because you have to do 2 45-minute workouts a day, but they can't be back to back. You have to have at least 3 hours between them.
One's inside.
One of them has to be outdoors, rain, hail, or shine. You have to read 10 pages minimum a day. You have to be on some sort of like diet regime of your choice, 4 liters of water, and take a progress photo every day. So that's a lot. There's a lot of opportunities for you to fail or to not win in that process, and like, go for it. You know, we're not saying don't do that, but we're trying to educate you on how do you build the wins? How do you get better at winning and following through on what you say you're going to do? It's starting small and compound the wins, and maybe add it in once your water habit is totally like non-negotiable. It's habit now. You've really ingrained that one in. It's not even a challenge anymore. Then maybe you can do another 7-day streak of adding something else in on top of that.
If you think about it this way, if you had have done exactly what you did last year from an exercise point of view, and you calculate up all those hours that you did last year, and all you did was the exact same thing this year, you didn't do anything different other than add 4 minutes of exercise in every day. At the end of the year, you've calculated all those little 4 minutes up at the end of the year. You're that many more minutes in front of where you were this year, from adding 4 minutes a day and still doing the normal routine that you would typically do. And you can do 4 minutes a day exercise really easy, because you can actually break it down into 2 minutes twice when you brush your teeth.
Or 1 minute 4 times.
Or that too. But the idea is that you do it in a way that it's not going to get in the way. So if you brush your teeth twice a day, you would do, and you didn't want to do it all in one go, you just do it while you're brushing your teeth, because there's 2 minutes there, 2 minutes at the end, 4 minutes done, you brush your teeth twice a day. It's not interrupting your day any which way. Plus 4 minutes compounded over 365 days, if you went that long, that's a hell of a winning streak, by the way.
Yeah.
Then you would be that much fitter, healthier and stronger, and your teeth would be super shiny. Because you've been really regular.
Dental health 101. But that is a 7-day challenge. Now, we would love to hear from you if you are in. So if you're currently on this IQ session and you are in, please comment in the comment box below, or wave at us to say that you're in, because we, especially if you're driving, there we go, Ash is in, I like it.
I'm in.
Enza's in, Sheridan's in. Noah will allow it. Gee, mate. Cara, James, and Everly are in.
My money's on Noah can't do it. He'll fall short.
Oh, so this is what we call reverse psychology.
Noah won't do it. He'll get to 6 days and go, oh, I forgot.
Tommy the legend is in. I like this. So, guys, here's what it is. Today, or tomorrow, or you can start today. If you've still got time to do whatever task that you want to do, there's still plenty of hours left in the day, plenty of minutes left in the day for you to get to your goal, to make day one today. Otherwise, you have to go today to tomorrow. Just remember, or maybe we should do a little like group message to see what the tasks are. No, maybe
we'll work something out. We'll put a post in shortly. If we're going to do it, we will do it.
Clearly prepared on this one. But just so you know, we're all in. We're going for a 7-day streak, and then at the end of the 7 days, then you have the option to continue or to have a break.
We might check it in FBFM at home.
We'll go on the Fit Body Fit Mind group.
Cool. And then there's so many pages. We do apologize for all that, but we'll check it in there.
We're working on streamlining it. Please trust me on that one.
So we'll check what we're doing and we'll do a post. We'll do it. And if you guys can just add to it what you're doing, and then we can get an idea, and then we can just help you guys support each other. Remember, it means to be manageable. If you say that you're going to run 5Ks, we're going to pull you up on it pretty quick and say, rethink it. Do something more achievable. Drink water. Have the fruit. Do something really minor that you can win at every day.
Or run for 4 minutes or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Cool.
Easy.
Excellent. So day one starts today or tomorrow.
Let's start tomorrow. Let's do tomorrow because then it'll finish.
No, why not start? If you can do it today, just do it. Get it done. Let's tick it off. Let's celebrate. And I want you to get good at celebrating.
Yeah.
4.9 Ks.
Picking your nose, Noah's not celebrating, buddy. I saw you.
But practice getting good at it, because then you get addicted to it, because our brain always wants to chase the pleasure. And if it's pleasurable and enjoyable and fun, you'll want to do it more often. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. Yeah. Welcome to a 7-day challenge that may turn into many more days than that. There's the asterisk, the little, you didn't read the fine print. For the rest of your life. Anyway, I'm doing that rambling thing again. So,
you're so good at it.
Thank you guys for joining us. Here's to a 7-day challenge. Let's dig in. Let's start this year real friggin' awesome. Let's achieve those goals. High five, team. Have you got anything to say?
Sheridan's buying me a jet ski if I achieve the 7 days of drinking 1 glass of water a day.
I'm buying a little tiny one.
On there.
All right, let's do this. We'll check in 7 days, but please reach out if we can help whatsoever. Remember, make them achievable, small tasks that you can compound and you can win, because there's only one option to win. Let's do this. High five. Thank you, guys. We love you. Enjoy your Thursday evening. We'll see you tomorrow online for tomorrow is lift. No longer Friday. Tomorrow is lift. So if you've been to a lift session before or you've done a WOD room, same kind of thing. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're doing that on Fridays now, which is going to be super awesome. So we'll see you there. See you gorgeous people. Thank you guys so much. Good night.